Oh yeah. Maybe it is time to change tires. I need a new compressor. Yeah, short plan. I removed the trailer thingy bucket and I will somehow try put that compressor. It's my big boy. It's fairly heavy unit. Old Atlas Copco. And I will try to put that to there. But I am not really sure how. But first I will hook the compressor to my engine hoist to just lift it up, that I could see the bottom plate from the compressor. Then I can... Oh, there's the label. If it's visible. And yeah, I'm hoisting it up, and let's see how it looks from the underside, and let's try to create some plan how to fit it there. Alright. So there and there is already mounting holes. It's good. And at the other end also have already mounting hole places. That's nice. So I just have to take the measurements and try to figure out how the measurements will fit there. Yeah, I need a little bit background work. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how much weight it can handle now with stronger rear axle. I think I have to test mount the compressor to frame and see how much the frame is going to bend. Well, I'm running out of battery, but the hoist is now loose and the compressor is sitting on the new axle and the frame, and those tiny wheels are holding surprisingly good because the compressor weighs a lot. It is approx 300 kilos plus, and there is basically no stress visible at the tires at the moment. And the front end, I just put that on the wooden bricks to hold it into place, but I will fit the one wheel back on the front there and try how wobbly it is with one front wheel. But it wobbles little bit, but nothing. What should I be aware of? I think it is going to be just fine. But as I mentioned, my camera battery is dying and time is too much, so I have to stop working at the moment and put my camera in the charger. But I will continue my compressor journey maybe tomorrow. If you watch it, that first part, thank you. And yeah, see you soon. Alright. Here it is, almost ready adapter for my compressor tank project, but it is hard to focus, but there and somewhere here, there is tiny holes what is coming through, and they have been they are here visible. They have been a pressure report for the meter and another pressure report. I assume it is for high pressure relief valve thingy. That one. But because there is now holes, we need to fill those holes. But I will do it later. And now there is a thread. It is almost 3/4 size or something, and it is kind of thread where I can put regular pipe connection parts. 1/2 inch is the bigger part, and that 3/8. What that means, I don't know, but it will kind of fit there. It is a bit loose, but when I pack it, it should be alright. But problem is it won't fit from that hole. I need to drill there bigger hole to got that part fitted in. And main reason for that whole thing is here. Oh. I want to build that kind of air pipe thingy where I can attach the old fire blasters. And there. I want to do 3 air tanks beside of that my compressor, approximately there where those tanks are now lying. But now I will do more of those adapter things, and then I am trying to put all things together. It's here, it's done now. I have packed the adapter parts for the fire extinguishers and packed all the iron pipe parts together. And now it should take 3 canisters. like that. There's first, now 2 more. There was a little bit powder still inside of the can. I think there is still a little bit left, but it should not be a big thing now. Holy cow. They are going to fit pretty nicely. First, that one. Like a glove. I had to probably a little bit fine-tune the orientation of the tanks to get them all at the same position. But for now, they are going to be something like that. But of course, I don't want the water getting inside of the tanks. So I'm planning to install the air tanks that way. So the water can naturally drain out from the tanks. And if they are starting to leak, it is super simple. Just screw the tank on and put the new in. And you can get those free because they are kinda junk. What everyone is wanted to get rid of. Yeah. Yeah. Now we have to figure out how we are going to mount those tanks. Yeah. Here we have 3 tanks. And I came up an idea with old door hinges. These was I will show you that kind of old barn door hinges, and I decided to not use those parts and made a little bit bigger on that area of that hook that it will fit around my airline. I didn't weld it in yet, and I'm not going to weld today anymore because time is way too late and I have to go bed, and I'm not want to my garage to burn down. But when I weld those in, the back should be possible to lift up or tilt down if I need to do some service work or something. And there is nicely one fire hose attachment point, and when I am installing the control cabinet I can do some kind of latch to here what is going to hold the tanks in the upward position. Yeah, I'm really happy how that part turned out. It must be really weird compressor when I am going to start using that. But what you can do? It is nice to repropose to old air compressor. I'm not sure did I tell it before, but the compressor is I think from the 60s, if I remember right. I'm not sure is there any clear markings there. There is no year number, but it's really old machine. But it is now time to say goodbye, and I will see you at the next part. Yeah, I decided to hook the airlines, that one, off the cam, and also I hooked up the airline from there to here, and that tiny hose is for the pressure switch. And I think I have to do something for the pressure gauge. Its best days are probably gone, and it is so loose, but it has no enough space for the turning over, so I have to take that part off, or the pressure switch part off, that I am able to change that, but I'm not going to do that now. Now I was wondering that probably I will weld on that bracket what is going to support the airline here, and also I'm going to weld on the main brackets what is holding the tanks. Then we are closer to getting the things fired up and started if it's working. Yeah, I have done some work of the cam, but what I have done, I did a mounting brackets on top of the electronic cabinet there, those ones, and I also decided to reuse parts what I already have. So yes, more the barn door hinges, and I choose them just because I had them, so it is kinda easy solution to create that kinda anglet support for the electronic cabinet. But I didn't weld them yet. It is only held by lock clamps. And now I am going to take the hinges off that I can weld two pieces together. There. And what then? We need to put some plug at there. But we are really close at the moment when I can really start to crank this over first time for the many years. Yes, we are getting there. Now I need some latch for there to keep the cylinders upward. And I am missing a power block. But we are close. We are close. I did it again, I'm sorry. Whee! There is some kind of locking latch thing and the pressure gauge. And I took off that old pressure gauge from there and put at the hose adapter. But I now have to route somehow to there and put that power socket to the cable. Alright, one is a little bit broken. I have to improvise. There. Soon it will be done. Wait a moment, I will get the air hose to the pressure meter. There we have a hose. should be running in theory. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I look it in and let's see. I really don't remember anymore how I programmed it, but let's just try something. Or wait. Yeah. Let's try it. A massive air leak. Oh, I forget to turn the cylinders on. My bad. My bad. There. Oh my god. This one is fully on. This one is not. And this not either. Alright, wait a moment. Well. Here we are again. One press should be one cycle of the air. And the compressor is now starting. And done. 8 bars. Now I think it is only cable tying those cables, and I noticed that my air tanks are kind of wobbly when the compressor is running. I have to do something for those. Probably I will put some piece of steel between the cylinders and weld them on. to stop them wobbling. And I don't like the tires. I'll try to toss the bigger wheels to the compressor. If it helps to move it, because it is kind of heavy and those tires are so tiny. But I have few minor air leaks still. The meter is a little bit leaking. And I have to check all other places where the air can leak, that I can have a kind of silent compressor what is not running continuously just because the air leaks. But yeah, it is almost finished. I will toss in the bigger wheels and probably weld those tanks. And maybe I will put one more video from this project. Oh! And I will put, because inside of that box is something really old also and interesting, what we need to try to program with the computer. Because there is automation what I can configure. Example, that one cycle thing, or with the key continuous run, and that startup brochure. Yeah, more coming, but now I will do a little bit cleaning and change the tires, and then the building can continue. Well, here again, and I've done again something off the cam because I have a really tight spot right there at the corner where I managed to somehow move the compressor, and I have connected it and also did a couple test runs, but now I am going to show what is the thing what I have to change. If I can somehow film the pressure gauge there, because it is so slow starting. I'm turning it on now. As you can see, it is really slow turning on process, so I have to open the cover and reprogram the brains of the compressor to get it started faster. But because the home of the compressor will be under the table, the power box is now not so great position, but I will try to open it so I can show you what is inside. Hey, I managed to get the cover off, and inside of the box we have a motor overload protector thing. That light bulb I probably need to fix. It is not great. And 3 old contactors, because the compressor have a star delta starter. And last but not least, really old Siemens logic, still going strong as my compressor. And as you can there see, there is a number 2 highlighted. It means that the compressor wants to basically start. Pressure is too low, and if I am using my key to turn the compressor on, it should light on another input. No, I don't want to start. And the keypad is not working. It's broken. So we need to configure that relay with computer. And well, the viewing angle is not the best. But it is all what I got now. And this is what it looked like. Old Siemens cable. You can still buy those from eBay if you have an older logic what you are working. Oh, I need a little bit of light. And I'm trying to get my screen capture to working. But I'm not sure. I have so old computer that I can't do it. I have to get the camera a little bit closer. Yeah, you can see. Basically nothing. Let's try to move things a little bit around. Yes, somewhere there. I can open from logic to my PC that program or not. Because my connection is not working. That's why. Let's try something more simple. Please. It would be nice if... No. I have to figure out why my connection isn't working. I will take action. Yay! I managed to get the cable. Inside of the unit at the right spot. Now it is probably working. And that is what I managed to download out from the logic. And what? Is that so old program that I don't have a simulation? Yeah, I will try to open the another logo software. And hoping that the connection will work. Please let it work. I really want to simulate. Yeah. I don't see the simulation button in the old program, but new program will have a simulation. And now if I press the button, we should see the startup thing. So that is the pressure relief thing. There was a on delay, and there is another on delays. And I am trying to make things go faster, so let's say 0.5 seconds. And what then? Let's see. Is that timer what needs to be? Also shorten it out half a second. And there is 10 seconds running. After it will change the triangle setup. But it takes only few seconds to get the compressor running. So let's say 3 seconds after the triangle switch. And let's put there also 3 seconds. Now it should turn on way faster. If I press the simulation button, it's started already, and now it is on triangle setup. It's really fast now. Is it too fast? No. It is probably alright. Now PC to logo software. Transfer data. and now we can start logo to running mode. Function is not available, so yeah, we need to reboot the logic. I think after that it is starting faster. Let's take the cable off. Now it is on state, and there you can barely see the pressure meter, but if I now turn it on, yeah, it is now fully operational. Fully operational compressor. This video was really much different what I usually do, and modifying the compressor took a way much longer time what I was first planning, but I'm really happy for the outcome. Now I have again my big compressor that I don't have any more problems with my air, and hopefully there was some kind of entertainment. At least few of my watchers. But now on, I will just put the cover on and take the laptop and put the cover on top of the table. And I'm not going to film that anymore. So it is all for this topic. And let's see again with a new video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.